Get your ass out of the frame.
And welcome back to Hazardous Thoughts.
All the stuff that you don't care to know about.
I'm Kyler Brett.
And I'm Dylan Herdsman.
And welcome to Season 2. Woo! How you doing today, Dylan?
I'm good, dude. Glad to be back here in the studio. Feels good.
It's fun, yeah. We have a lot of different things going on here. As you can tell, we have a whole new setup. So it's pretty exciting times in our lives. How about you, Kevin? Welcome back to the show.
Glad to be back.
Kevin's our first star of Season 2. Now, for Season 2, we have a lot of different things planned. But for this first episode, we wanted to talk true crime today.
Yeah, baby.
We have a lot of stories pulled up and ready to go. So
it's about to get bloody.
Viewer discretion is advised for this one. It could get a little morbid. All right, so I just want some thoughts on some of these cases that we talk about. I have a couple of stories that I'm going to tell you, and then we can kind of discuss it.
Should I be scared?
No, not necessarily.
Nervous,
a lot of them are a little graphic, but
yeah.
They're very interesting. People are insane. So we're going to start off with Brian Laundrie case. I just feel like we need to talk about it real quick. We're not going to speculate. We're going to talk about some things that are a little weird, but we're going to stick to the facts at least, not make fun of it.
I'm just a little concerned with what Kevin just pulled up on his laptop.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about what he just pulled up on his laptop.
I'm researching.
A duck. It's a picture of a naked duck.
That's all you need to know. All right, Dylan, do you want to talk about it first? Do you have any say?
Yeah, so, I mean, Kev, have you heard about the Brian Laundrie case?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So, comes up a couple, I think it was like last week or the week before on the news. The autopsy came back that he killed himself. Mm-hmm. Brian Laundrie killed himself.
Gunshot wound to the head.
Yeah. So, then the question comes, okay, did he kill his girlfriend? Because obviously we don't have him to testify.
Okay, obviously he did, Like, obviously he did. Why would he... Okay, so 2 people went on a trip, 1 came back. Right there, he did it, Like, that's easy
He
enough.
lawyered up right
yeah,
when he got home.
Lawyered up immediately. And then he kills himself? He runs away and kills himself? Like, a guilty person would not... A non-guilty person wouldn't do that.
Maybe he just knew that he would be charged guilty.
But they had no proof of it. Like, he could have gotten away with it. Most likely.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's sketchy. Just because he strangled her is kind of what it sounds like happened.
Yep.
So for those of you that don't know, they were on a van trip across the United States, and they're social media influencers. And he comes home from California or wherever they were. She doesn't. And so she was missing for like 2 weeks. And then all that went down. People thought he was on the road trying to get back to California or fleeing the country. And, no, he killed himself. So
yeah.
Sketchy,
crazy.
Dude.
What do you think, Kevin? What is your thoughts on it?
I think he definitely did it. Like, his parents, his family was trying to hide him too.
Dude, like, his parents need to be charged.
Definitely.
His parents are innocent, dude.
No.
100% innocent, yeah.
No, they knew everything. So? They knew everything that happened, and they tried to abet him.
No,
easily.
But they led investigators originally to where they found Brian Laundrie.
I was actually going to bring that up. What was weird about that?
That was the first spot that they ever helped on, though. The first spot they ever helped search was where he was.
Mm-hmm. Because the area they were looking in, they were searching, I believe, for a week, according to news media. They couldn't find anything, and then the parents decided to just go help. 10 minutes into helping, they found a notebook and a piece of his skull.
Well, it was the water. It was the water levels, because the water levels were down originally when he had allegedly gone and killed himself, and then they rose. And then they went back down when the family went back and helped.
That makes sense. I still think they should be charged with aiding and abetting. I definitely think they knew. I think they still know that he killed her. I think he flat out told them everything, and they said,
"You think?"
All right. Oh yeah, easily.
You think he came home and was like, "I killed my girlfriend."
Yep, I do think they know.
I can't see that because they were willing to help in the investigation.
Yeah, but all parents do that, just to make themselves look good, but they still, wouldn't tell him anything.
But here's the other thing, is they didn't have a funeral for him. They just, no funeral service or memorial service. They basically just cremated him, and that was the parents' decision, yeah.
Wow. But that's...
So, that kind of shows you that they were not happy with what happened when they found out that he killed himself. I think that's when they kind of came to terms with it, okay, he probably killed Gabby. Yeah,
it's just interesting to me. That whole situation is just interesting.
And I think it just took the nation by storm, just because, she is an influencer, and it's a pretty young girl that gets killed, and so that attracts attention too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
No one will know.
Yeah, that's the sad part. No one will ever know. Gabby Petito's family will never get closure of what really happened. That's what makes me sad. It's just.
Did you watch the body cam footage?
Yeah, that was weird.
It's an hour.
The Utah cop.
Yeah, that was weird. That was really weird.
I think they handled it well, though.
Yeah. I think it was an abusive relationship, though.
For sure. Both ends. I think it was on both ends abusive. Yeah. Obviously, you can't freaking kill somebody.
Yeah.
Still. I mean, you shouldn't be abusive anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think they were both being a little abusive.
They could have just ended their relationship, but
that's what psychopaths do. They kill.
Chose to kill her.
But yeah, I felt like we just needed to talk about that since that's finally coming to a close. But we have a couple different stories. So I'm going to tell you a story about Andrew Jondal.
Oh, I'm excited.
Andrew Jondal. All right, so Andrew Jondal was a 22-year-old kid during this time. So let's start from the very beginning. So a milkman and his son were delivering milk to a farm one day.
This is off topic, but when did you get Heelys?
Why are you looking at Heelys?
Yeah, why you got Heelys back there, bro?
Those are Amber's.
Oh.
Yeah, her sister got those for her.
She trying to skirt around a little bit?
Yeah, skirt.
Nice.
Anyways, okay. So a milkman and his son were delivering milk to a farm one morning, and this was during Halloween time. And the morning of, they were delivering the milk, and they see a body just laying in the field. And it's a pretty dismantled body. So they were very eerie about it because they're it's Halloween time. This could just be a sick joke. So they kind of don't pay attention to it, and they deliver the milk. But then when they're walking back, because it's a huge field, so they have to walk quite a way. When they're walking back, they see it again, and this time they decide to check it out. They check it out, and they do realize it is a real human body.
Dang.
Yeah, and so the body was fine, but the head was caved in. Mm-hmm. So the skull was completely caved in, and you could see everything. It was pretty nasty. But they found that. They called the cops. The cops came, did a whole scene. They had to search the entire house. Then they found a woman inside the house as well, with her skull also caved in and lacerations all over her arms.
So caved in, with skin intact?
Your head literally is caved in. Your skull is cracked inwards.
Yeah, but was ripped open or just
caved in? Probably. Your skin rips pretty easily.
Spooky.
Anyways, so they start doing their investigation. They start looking around, and they find all of that. And then one of the neighbors walks up and says, I think I know who did this. Their 22-year-old son, Andrew Jondal. He's a very weird kid, and he does really sketchy things. And the neighbor walked away. So that was the first lead they had. So they start looking into this guy. And he's a 22-year-old, like I said, and he has about a 40-year-old, 50-year-old girlfriend. You can look her up. Her name is Cindy Lou Beck.
This dude's 22 and he's got a 50-year-old girlfriend.
Correct.
Dude, talk about Cindy Lou Beck. Digger, bro.
Yeah. Dang. So they bring him in for questioning. He's sitting in there, I believe, for 10 hours trying to get it out of him. And then they finally got him to spill that he did commit the murders. Now, originally, he said that the parents beat him as a child, so that's why he killed them, as revenge. But as they did more investigating, they figured out everybody loved the two parents that passed. They were the nicest people around. They would give their shirt off their backs for you. So they're like, we don't believe it. So they go back in to question him more, and they're like, you're full of it. What really happened? So what really happened is Cindy Lou Beck is a gold digger. That's exactly what she wanted.
Cindy Lou is a gold digger.
She is a gold digger.
Or is she the gold giver?
Gold digger. She's the digger.
She's chasing
because it's a farm, so they're pretty rich. So
they were trying to take the family's
exactly.
riches.
She only dated him to influence him to kill his parents so that she could get the inheritance and the life insurance policy. So he went and murdered both of his parents out of cold blood for no reason. I mean, it's always cold blood, but like there is literally no reason behind it. Just so they would pass and they would get the inheritance and the farm, because they lived in a trailer house at the time.
Wow.
Yeah. And like and then he admitted that what happened is he just came in, his father was in his garage, he grabbed a metal pipe and then just started beating his head over and over and over and over again. And then his mom walked out, saw what was happening, freaked out, ran back inside, and then he chased her inside, beat her over and over again, and then grabbed a knife and stabbed her a couple of times.
Dang.
Yeah. And yeah, both of them were kicked. I believe they're both life in prison now. But she was charged for conspiracy of murder, not the actual murder.
The Cindy girl.
Cindy Lubeck. But yeah, look up a picture of her. She's not cute.
Dude, like, well, that kind of reminds me of the Daybell story. Did you ever hear about the Daybell story?
No, let's hear it.
So I'm not super polished up on this one, but it's basically parents. So you hear a lot of stories about kids killing their parents for money, whatever. Mm-hmm. These guys killed their kids. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but this lady thought that her kids were kind of evil, and it was like a religious type of thing almost.
Yeah.
But she thought her kids were evil, and so killed the kids. Then they report the kids missing, and like they're looking for the kids. They're helping the police with the investigation. Mm-hmm. They can't find the kids, and then I think it's like a month later. These kids were missing for a very long time. A month later, drone footage spotted in their backyard, like a plot that it looked like it had been unearthed a little bit. And so they go and investigate it, and they had burned their kids. So they'd killed their kids. They don't know how they killed the kids, but they'd burned the kids. That was enough to get them charged for homicide.
They had to burn them?
Yeah, because if you burn the body, like, you can't. It's so much harder to find.
Oh yeah, easily. Ashes are way harder.
Like the Josh Powell one.
Yeah, like the Josh Powell situation, except Josh Powell got away with it. These guys didn't, obviously. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. Because you can either burn. I mean, not to get too gruesome, but like you can burn the body, and that pretty much gets rid of all the. That pretty much gets rid of all the evidence. But also, if you go to a swampy area, something like that, it's just gonna decay so quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's just so much harder.
That's
to
what
find.
happened with Brian Laundrie.
Yeah,
he was like in a swamp, and his body was already started to decompose.
Yeah, they said it was bones. He was just bones. Jeez. There was no skin on him when they found Brian Laundrie.
Jeez.
So they did a dental test, and that's how they knew it was him.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, people are crazy. I have another one.
Let's hear it.
So this is about Grant Amato. Now, there's a couple of reasons why you kill. Revenge, money, and love, right? This is two of those. Money and love. So this kid named Grant Amato, he was about in his 20s. I don't know his exact age. But he lived with his parents, had no job, had no life really. But he was obsessed with webcam girls. Yeah.
Wow. Welcome to Omegle.
So he got onto... So every teenager, once again, viewer discretion is advised, but every teenager watches porn once in a while, right? And he got on to watch porn, and he ran into webcam girls. And he got hooked immediately. Now, he got hooked to this... He got hooked to this one girl. They never revealed her name because she wanted to be secret, but we'll just call her Sydney for now. But he got hooked to this girl named Sydney and pretty much like fell in love with her. Was in the chat room with them all the time. Was pretty much known there. So if you don't know how webcam works, and I Googled this before this, I've never been on a webcam, but you pretty much buy coins. You pretty much buy coins with real money, and then you give those coins to the webcam girls, supposedly.
What the heck?
I don't know how the currency works, like if it's like 5 coins per dollar, I'm not sure. But what he would do is he would spend all of his money on that. Uh-huh. He would put every single dime he got into getting coins and giving it to the Sydney girl. And everybody knew who he was because he gave her so much money. He would steal from family members, and I'm talking about uncles and aunts. And he would just steal from them, take Christmas money, everything would go towards the Sydney girl.
Dang.
They calculated how much debt he was in, $200,000.
Crap.
$200,000 went to this cam girl because of him. So he kept doing that. His dad found out that he stole his credit card and was spending it on cam girls.
Mm-hmm.
Freaked out. They went in like complete lockdown. He put a password on his computer. Like he would have to get permission to go on his computer. And this is a 20-year-old, like mid-20-year-old man.
This kid that was on the webcam?
Yeah, his dad locked
dude.
his computer and he had to get permission to go on and everything.
Bro, I would kick my son out so fast.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they didn't.
Oh,
that's
he
already
would be gone, dude. Yeah.
That's
and he's
already
mid-20s.
spending $200,000
on a
stolen
cam
money.
girl.
On a,
Yeah,
like,
most of it
a
stolen.
girl you've never seen.
Yeah, and he would spend most of his days on it. So they completely locked him down, and that obviously pissed him off. So when his brother wasn't home, he decided to go ahead and stab his parents over and over and over again until they were dead, obviously. He killed his dad when he walked into the kitchen. He backstabbed him, literally. He stabbed him in the back until he died. And then his mom, I believe he bludgeoned her with a hammer to the back of the head when she was at our office.
What's bludgeon?
Bludgeoned is your head caving in once again.
Oh, so he's literally just...
Like, literally just in the back of the head. Killed her.
Dang, dude.
And he did that for, guess what reasons? Life insurance money to give to Sydney.
Dude.
He literally killed him to get life insurance money to give to Sydney.
So what happened?
He ended up getting life in prison.
She's innocent, though,
okay.
right?
Yeah. She feels terrible about it. They interviewed her. We don't know her real name, but they interviewed her, and she feels terrible about it. But
what was his plan to, like, if you're gonna kill somebody and get their life insurance, you'd think that you wouldn't stab them and like just these brutal ways to die. You'd think you'd make it a little less obvious than that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Criminals are so dumb, dude.
So dumb.
He was stealing money from his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the two stories I had to tell. But
imagine
just
your kids like turning their backs on you.
Yeah, I'm not having kids.
That's the reason I don't want to have kids sometimes. Like, they
You're
literally...
afraid they're going to kill you?
Both of these were kids. Just because they wanted to do it.
At least raise them right.
But psychopaths, like, you can't really stop that, you know? Like, that's an actual chemical imbalance thing.
Well, you think you could raise your kids right?
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe.
I think the Grand Amato was wrong. Like, that was definitely a parent's problem.
Yeah, that was bad parenting.
And then
the first one,
Andrew Jondal, that was just a pure psychopath.
Yeah,
in my opinion. I think he had mental things because he was marrying a 50-year-old. That's the first red flag right there.
What was her name again? We have to.
What are you looking
Cindy?
at? Yeah, look her up, everybody. Take a second and look her up. Cindy Lou Beck.
Oh,
and this is the girl who convinced her husband.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And then that's Andrew right there.
What the freak, bro?
Yeah.
He's just like...
I hope you're all looking at him right now.
It's just funny because he's just like super...
like Patrick from SpongeBob.
He's just like super... He looks like a pencil, basically.
Yeah, he's really skinny. And you can go ahead and fact check me. Read about the story. There's way more to it than what I've told. I would highly recommend reading both of these stories. I might have gotten a couple things wrong. But definitely look into these because they're crazy.
That's disgusting, dude.
If you like true crime as well, I would highly recommend another podcast called Sword and Scale. They talk all true crime. It's where I learn a lot of my true crime stories.
You're into that lately, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
I find it very fascinating how crazy people are.
It creeps me out a little bit.
It does. It's like that could happen to me.
It's a fun story. It's fun to hear. At the same time, like
It's
if you
scary.
ever encountered that, not even in your close life, but in relative circles,
It's scary.
that would
It's
ruin
sad.
you.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. And I think that's why I listen to it. It's just like, it's just fascinating how crazy people are to me. Like they always find a new way to do something and like the reasons behind it and why they do it. It's crazy.
How far they'll go.
I think as a kid, I looked at adults like, oh yeah, they've got their head on their shoulders, like they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then the older I get, the more I realize how crazy people are.
Yeah.
And just the more crazies you meet.
Some people are stupid.
Very stupid. And as you get more into like true crime, like most of them have motivations behind them, but once you start hitting the stories that have literally no motivations behind them and it's a true psychopath, that's when it starts getting scary.
Yeah.
Because I heard a story one time where a woman literally went up and shot a woman in the head in her car just because she took her parking spot.
Jeez, dude.
Like that was literally the reason behind it.
All right, I got a little pop quiz for you.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Do you think you're more likely to be killed at home or killed on a college campus, or just elsewhere?
At home. That's my answer.
Okay, Kev.
Probably home.
Ding, ding, ding. At home. You're more likely to be killed at home than anywhere else.
That's why I don't want to have kids.
Question number 2. Are you more likely to be killed by a stranger or by somebody that you know?
By someone that you know.
I'm going to say stranger.
All right.
Because, like, the one you just said?
Yeah.
Over a parking spot?
Here's the margins on that. 9-1. You're 90% of all murders and homicides are by either ex-spouses, ex-girlfriends.
That's true.
Current girlfriends,
Spouses.
Parents isn't as common, but it still accounts for that.
Well, if you're married and one of the spouses gets murdered, the other spouse is automatically a suspect.
Yeah.
Just because it's so unbelievably
You're so close
common.
to them. Yeah.
It's too common. And it's sad, really.
Yeah, dude. It's
no
freaking
kids,
crazy.
No wife.
That's the same thing with like rape. You're more likely to be raped by like somebody you know. Like, I mean, obviously it's more common for women to be raped, but it's very, very common for them to be raped by somebody that they know.
Really?
Yeah, and that falls again into that 90 to 10. 90% of them are by people they know.
Yeah. It's always somebody who's close to you.
It's scary, dude.
Messed up, bro.
Well, it's because they know your routine as well, so they can plan the murders better. Like first degree murder's way easier.
And there's more
there's more purpose
passion
behind it
and
yeah.
purpose. Yeah.
Like I said, the 3 things: love, money, and what was the third one that I said?
Lust.
Love. I already said love.
Lust, love, and money.
Lust, love, money. Yeah, it's always those 3 reasons.
Yeah.
Like it's very rarely that it is out of nowhere, but it is still scary to me.
What about hate? Where does hate fall in there? Because that's not
I think
lust.
hate would still fall. I think hate would still fall under there too.
Yeah.
But I mean, what the 3rd thing I said was revenge, love, and money, and I would say lust and hate fall under revenge in my opinion. Just because people are crazy, they do what they want. They kill to get what they want.
Yeah.
And I think listening to podcasts, I think the number 1 reason people kill is for the life insurance policy money, which scares the crap out of me.
That's pretty common.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because the wife, so if I was married, and my wife were to kill me, she'd get a big payout.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Another one, once again, that falls under revenge with 2 spouses, is if one spouse takes like away their kids, the other spouse will kill the kids to get back at them.
Dang.
I've heard that a lot too, and that's just sad to me.
That's rough, dude.
That's way rough.
Oh, all right. Well.
Anyways, yeah, true crime is pretty crazy, but I do have a would you rather. Okay.
Let's hear it.
So, would you rather be stabbed to death or buried alive?
Stabbed.
Why?
I don't want to be suffocated. I feel like stabbing would be easier and faster.
Where am I being stabbed?
In the chest. Let's say in the chest.
Oh, man. I'll take a stabbing.
A stabbing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't want to prolong my death.
Yeah. I would also say stabbing because according to research, it takes over 5 hours to die of being buried alive.
Yep.
Could you imagine being underground for 5 hours, just pure fear running through you?
Can't do that.
I mean, you can't breathe.
Awful. Correct.
Yeah.
That is what being buried alive.
I'm just adding to
That is why you die.
You can't breathe.
I think you can breathe a little bit. Here's what I think would happen. You can breathe enough that obviously you're alive for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. You still have enough oxygen to just keep you alive.
Reminds me of that guy that died in Utah caving. Putty Cave.
Putty Cave.
Whoa, I've never heard this one.
He went caving. It's like one of those caves you have to like crawl in.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't fully explored at the time, so the dude went in, and then he hit a dead end. But the space was too small to turn around. And so he got stuck. And he pretty much he's like slanted down, and that's pretty much how he died.
Which just the blood went to his brain?
Dylan, that's how narrow it is, if you can see that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He pretty much,
Yeah, if you want to know how narrow it is, look up Putty Cave, P-U-T-Y Cave. It is very narrow. And yeah, and
do people do it now?
No, when
sealed.
he passed, they sealed it. Like
body
they
is
sealed
in
him. They sealed it with his body in
his-
there.
His body is still in there.
Yeah, that's his tomb. How sad is that?
I think the rescue took a long
I mean, they
time.
didn't
10
rescue
hours.
him. They weren't able to rescue him.
They
But, like, the
sent
attempt
they sent
took
people
about 10
down
hours.
to try and like
Well, so was he awake when rescuers came down?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they gave him something that knocked him out once, that like killed him actually. I don't know what kind of drug they gave him, but
so rescuers were there when he was alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started losing consciousness
because he was at an angle, so all the blood was rushing to his head.
You could literally just see his feet.
Yeah.
Was he with somebody?
He was with a couple of friends, but he was the first one to go, so his friends were able to get out and go get help.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But yeah.
And I imagine it's just
But definitely suffocating would be the worst, in my opinion.
Suffocating would suck.
Give me another would you rather. I like these.
Okay.
Let's hear another one.
Here's my...
Let's lighten up the mood a little bit.
Beans?
Lighten up the mood.
Or drown.
Why does that have to be drowning word?
Pudding.
Drowning beans or pudding?
Pudding.
Pudding. Because beans like burn.
Pudding.
Bro, but you can't
like in your eyes and everything?
You can't have a meal while you're dying.
Yeah, you can eat pudding.
You want
pudding as a meal?
Dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good, bro.
Might as well.
Have beans.
All right, here's a really serious...
Let's hear another one.
Would you rather... Would you rather be pregnant or no?
I'm gonna go with no.
Why?
Because I don't want that. Like I respect women for going through that. That's my sister's pregnant right now, and the hell she's going through is just mind-boggling to me.
Because you're about to be an uncle.
Yeah, I'm about to be an uncle.
Congrats.
Congrats father.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and you chose
I don't want to be pregnant, bro.
So no.
Yeah.
What would you choose?
What would you choose?
I would choose no. I'm just wondering why you guys would.
Good choice.
Yeah,
good
choice.
Good
okay,
choice.
Here's another one. This is a financial question. So, okay, would you rather have $100,000 now? I'm talking cold, hard cash on the table, or $10 a year for the rest of your life.
1,000 now, because then you can invest it and then grow it.
No, it's 100,000.
100,000? Yeah, easily.
You.
That's so dumb.
That's not even an even ratio, bro. $10 a year?
Because if you live 60 years, that's only $600.
Yeah. Okay, but it's $10 every year for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but let's say you live 60 years.
40 more years?
That's only $600.
Okay, so you would take $100,000 now over that?
Easily.
Over the $10.
Easily.
Okay, but it's every year. That's what you guys don't understand.
It's passive
but
income,
it's only $10.
$10 every year, though. Every year.
You should say like 1,000.
Okay. I would choose option B.
Why?
I would choose
because that's passive, baby.
It's $10 a year,
Dude,
bro.
that's $10.
No, I'm just joking with you guys. I would choose option A.
I would really hope so. I would really, really hope
that was just my little financial question for the day.
In 60 years, that $10 would be like $1. Worth $1.
Exactly. That's the other thing.
Inflation.
$10 is my meal for one day. So that would pretty much be paying 1 meal a year.
You only eat 1 meal a day?
No,
or you eat 3 meals a day.
That is like a meal, that's what I'm saying.
$10 for a meal?
Yeah. Depending on where you went.
What if you eat at home?
Well, if you eat at home, then that just pays for part of your rent. Not even a quarter of it. Not even 1/10 of it.
If you eat at home?
No, never mind. I don't want to continue this conversation. Jeez.
That was good.
Kevin, give us a would you rather.
I already did.
Give us another one. Come on, you're the star. You need to know something.
Kevin, we're going to have to cut this part.
Would you rather go through high school again?
Yes.
Or middle school?
High school.
High school was so much fun. High school was so much fun. Easily.
I couldn't think of another one, so
I would love to live in the era again where we went to McDonald's every single day for lunch.
I would love...
That's how I have heart problems.
Yeah, for those of you who have not heard, Kevin has an enlarged heart due to spicy McChickens.
We ate a lot of spicy McChickens.
On my doctor's papers, it says cause is spicy McChicken.
That's the true crime of this.
Literally every day for lunch, we would hit McD's and
every day
and get a good old spicy.
I got to ride in a helicopter.
Okay, here's another would you rather then. Would you rather eat at McDonald's for the rest of your life or eat only broccoli for the rest of your life?
McDonald's, dude. Are you kidding me?
But you would die so quickly.
No, you wouldn't.
I think you would.
They have options, bro. There's variety.
What is healthy there?
McRib.
Since when is the McRib healthy?
I mean, it's not healthy, but like, it's got meat.
Wait, is the McRib back?
Yes, and it's worth it.
It's back, baby.
And is it good?
Baby back, baby back, baby back.
I'm gonna be quite honest here. I've never had the McDonald's baby back.
I've never had it either. I saw a
You've
video
never
review.
Had the Big Mac?
I saw
the
video
McRib.
review.
Oh, the McRib. Yeah, the McRib's fire.
They only put one pickle on it.
On the
Just one.
McRib?
Yeah,
I got 3 slices, bro.
I don't even like pickles. Why are we even talking about pickles?
I don't know. I saw a
Because they
review.
put it on the McRib.
How did we go from true crime to pickles?
I saw a review and this guy opened it and he got one pickle.
A lot of times these people get put in a pickle.
Did you really just make these viewers watch all the way through this to get a really bad pun?
And that's the episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch us next week on Hazardous Thoughts.
No, you won't.
Peace out, guys.
That really is how it is.